people, it's Rickita back with another video. So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about the power of payment history and strategies to make sure that you're paying all of your credit cards on time. So if you have credit cards and you're having a hard time paying them on time, then definitely watch this video because I'm going to give you some strategies that you can use to make sure that you're paying your bills on time. Okay. Now, in this video, we're going to go over these strategies, but I want you to really start writing them down. Don't just take it in, like really write these down and start implementing them right away. And even if you have to pause it, because you can do literally one step after another, okay? Or watch it, then come back and watch it again right after. Well, go ahead and just repeat the video and then start doing the strategies. If this is your first time watching my videos, make sure you guys like this video, make sure you guys subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions down in the comments, okay? Now, the first thing I want you to do is make a list of all of your credit cards. So that's the first thing. So all of your credit cards, all the credit cards that you have, please make a list. Now, I just did a video about credit card utilization. So let me show you a way you could make a list. I was teaching them how to lower their utilization. We went through a whole thing on, using a spreadsheet. I was showing them how to where to use this, show them how to get it, how to use it. Make a list just like this. Even if you have to go on Credit Karma, please go ahead and write down all of these different credit cards. You can make a list saying, hey, I got the Discover credit card, my Green Dot Bank, Open Sky, Wells Fargo, Navy Federal, the Apple credit card. Go ahead and make a list of all of your credit cards. So you can actually use this list too, especially if you need to know what the balance is and things like that. So go ahead and make a list. Now, after you make that list of all of your credit cards, you should find that list right there on Credit Karma. After you make the list, you want to find out when each credit card is due. So not only do you want to know which credit card you have, you want to find out what's the actual due date. So to find out the due date, you can actually look on Credit Karma and see when the last time they reported. Your due date is probably most likely 5 days before they report. You can also check on your statements. They'll tell you when your due date is for your next credit card. You can call your credit card company also. That's another great way. Or you can log into your app. A lot of these credit card companies have apps, or just log in. You can log into, your account that you have. Maybe they don't have an app. You can just log in directly to the internet and look at these credit cards. But find out when your due date is. Because if you don't know when your due date is, how are you going to pay it on time? You need to know when it is. Now, once you find out when your credit cards are due, or you know what, before we go through this stage, let's keep using this as a reference. Let's act like these are your credit cards. So you listed all your credit cards, right? Let's just say this is due on the 5th. This is due on the 9th. This is due on the 17th. And this is due on the 18th. This is due on the 21st. This is due on the 25th. And this one is due on the 28th. Let's just act like these are the due dates. And if you get this utilization tracker, this would be perfect for you. You could track how much you're paying down the. So definitely watch the video about this one. But let's say that these are all the due dates. You find all your due dates. That's good. Now, after you find out all your due dates, now the next thing I want you to do is I want you to add these payments to a calendar. I prefer you to add it to more than one calendar. I do it. I have my credit cards listed in a journal that I switch out every 3 months. I have them listed there. I have them listed on my phone, on my calendar on my phone, just to make sure I have them in. And then I have another separate calendar. And that's only because I had a problem before where one of the payments on my car was not made and it dropped my credit score 80 some points and I was devastated. So I just, right now where my credit is at, I don't play no games. Like, I know how hard it is to get it where it needs to get, and I don't want to mess it up. So I have it listed in 3 separate places. And once I have them listed, I go and check them. You know what? Matter of fact, 4 different places, because I list all my bills out. So I have them like mixed in throughout my bills. Like, I just list them out, handwrite them, so I can know, hey, you spending money on this, this, and that. Because also budgeting is another thing that I'm being very serious about. So I have them listed out in 4 different places. So find those due dates and add them to a calendar, okay? Add to whatever calendar you need to have them, wherever you need to add them to. Next thing you want to do is you want to set up auto pay. So for all my credit cards, I have it set up where they're going to pay the minimum balance. So they're going to withdraw the minimum balance, the minimum amount that I have to pay, just my minimum payment. Just please withdraw that from my account. So I set it all up through the app. So I have all of my credit cards like in a widget. Well, most of them in like different widgets. And when they're in a widget, it's just easier. So I don't know if you can like, let me see if I'm telling y'all too much of my business before I show you this. No, I'm not. So if you can see like this widget right here, it has all of my credit cards in there. Okay. I put all of them like into one little widget on my phone. Plus, I also have another widget that has like my my bank account, like my Navy Federal in there, my Tumo, my Discover. It's all in a separate one. So I got two widgets technically with all of my credit cards. So they kind of separated because if I have accounts with them, I need to separate it too. So I have them all in that widget, so I can just go in there, click on it, and make sure all of them is set up on auto pay. And then I want to double check to make sure that they're all paid. Now, some of these credit cards, you guys, one thing I found out is some credit cards do not allow you to set up auto pay. And that means that you have to set up some type of bill pay. I know with a lot of major banks, like even Wells Fargo, they'll allow you to do bill pay. So with bill pay, you'll tell them, hey, I need you to pay this certain amount on this day to this company, and then they'll mail them a check. If you're going to do bill pay, I suggest you make sure that you do it 2 months. I mean, not 2 months, 2 weeks ahead of time of your due date, just to make sure that they actually get it. Okay. And that's just because it's like an automated kind of thing. You don't have to think about it. And I will put it on Infinity. Just keep doing that, especially if you have a balance on it, you're going to keep using that credit card. Just set it up. They'll keep sending out that check. You don't have to think about it. Now, sometimes you don't want to set up bill pay because you're like, Rickita, I got a balance now, but in 6 months, I'm not going to have this anymore. I'm not using this for 3 years or 4 years. I just need to set up a few of them. And if that's the case, then set up manual payments. So I would tell people pick, every other week, pay your bills then. And say right now we're on the 24th and I'm recording this. So it's the 24th right now. So let me add this back on. Since it's the 24th, what I will tell you all to do is any bill that's due in the next 2 weeks, you want to make sure you pay that bill. So let me go back up. The 25th one, you should have already paid that one by now, and the 28th. So I will start paying like the one that's due on the 5th and the 9th. I will pay those early and just get them out the way. And then I was just mark it somewhere that I actually paid that. The list where I got all my bills due, I would just mark that I paid those just to make sure I have them paid off early. And then probably around the 9th again, I will come and pay all these other bills, the minimum payments on those. And that's just to manually pay it, just to make sure that it's actually being paid, you guys, because with late payments, you can really destroy your credit if you do not pay. So here is something here I want to show you all. Payment history is 35% of your credit. So if you guys get a late payment, your credit score can really drop. So I really want you all to make sure that you're paying your bills on time. Okay. Next is the amount owed. That's why I tell people to keep their balance low. So please make sure that you're paying it on time. And I would rather you pay it early than to not pay it or pay it late. They cannot mark you late on your credit reports until you're 30 days late. But something can easily slip. Anything can happen, you guys. So I always tell people to do it early. Get it done early so you don't have that problem. Okay. And then after you do that, after you set the manual payments, please set reminders the day before your bill is due. Set a reminder to go back in there to double check that it's paid. That's what I do. I literally look multiple times because I'm just traumatized, you guys. But guess what? One late payment can really hurt you because they can charge you a fee, which is unnecessary money. You can use that to just pay down your balance. Or you can just forget it, and then the next month you think it's paid because it's set up on auto pay and it's not actually set up. Something happened and you don't know about it, and then that one don't get paid either. So now you're actually 30 days late. So you don't want that to happen, you guys. So please set up a reminder. Say, hey Siri, remind me on May 29th to pay my Capital One bill. She didn't do it. But tell her again, you guys. And you know what? She did do it, but I have it on Do Not Disturb. So Please, you guys, set up reminders so that you don't have the problem with your bills not being paid on time. And also, if you guys need to increase your credit score, please check out my 60 points in 60 days. You can get amazing results like this. One of my clients got this in 2 weeks with our meetups and me actually helping them increase their credit score, 87 points. So I have it here for free, you guys. You can check it out. 5 ways to increase your credit score, 60 points in 60 days. It's free. And you want to get a free dispute letter to remove collections, charge-offs, bankruptcies, foreclosures, those different things from your credit reports. You're going to also get a free dispute letter to remove inquiries, and then you're going to get a letter to send to collection companies. So please check this out. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next video.